Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. Max, how you doing?
Today was a good day. It was tremendous. Fuck you. You're a hater. Everyone who doubted my team, you're a hater. Uncle Donnie, President Trump picked the Chiefs. That was the kiss of death. It just feels good. I'm vindicated. I've kind of kept my reaction, trying to keep it for the show. I basically, the game ended, and I was like, just soft, like a golf clap. I'm like, yeah, good job. We did it. We did it. Now I have like the emotions swirling through me. So I don't know if you want me to get into that.
Do it.
Or
Let me
no,
fucking
I'm just
hear
saying
it.
because you're a hater. Because all I heard was it's going to be a blowout.
It
Chiefs are
was
going
a
to blow. I wouldn't
blowout.
be surprised.
It was a
I wouldn't
blowout.
be surprised if the Chiefs blew you guys out. And I tried to tell you, bro. Hungry dogs
You
run
did not
faster.
tell me shit.
No, shut the fuck up. You fucking said off air you gonna get blown out low key. Shut up. I told you though. I'm like, yo, Saquon gonna have a game. I was wrong.
You were
But I
wrong. You
was
were fucking
right. I was
totally
right about
wrong.
everything else. Look. Let me explain something to you. We were the hungrier team.
Look at you.
My voice is like my
Look
voice
at you.
is
Can't
toast.
even fucking talk.
No, my voice is toast. I was screaming so hard the first half, and the second half, I was just like, "Come back! When's it gonna happen? When am I gonna get got? When am I gonna get? When am I gonna get 28-3 the rest of my life?" No, it's just hungry dogs run faster. Look, there's gonna be one. We're gonna talk about the MVP and all that later in the show. It was an ass kicking. The better team won. I think the Eagles are a better team constructed. They don't have the Jalen Hurts is not a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. We know this, but the scheme, the team, the coaches. If you think about where the Eagles were last year, 10-2 or 10-1, and just the collapse, 30th defense last year in points per game to the one. We keep in Vic Fangio, Uncle Vic, Vic the Dick. It's just nice. It's nice, man. I feel really, I feel really good. I feel drained because I yelled so much the first half. I yelled so much. The first drive, I fucking screamed at AJ Brown's. I'm like, Juan said it. Juan said it. Because they got it back with the Goddard one a little later.
Yeah.
I felt like that was a makeup call because they know that was bullshit.
Right.
That was bullshit. Right.
Yeah.
Overall, the refs were the refs. What can you say?
They were
The
terrible.
Eagles
I mean,
won.
look, the game didn't fucking matter after a certain point, but when it did, which was in the beginning, they were fucking dog shit on both ends. Both ends.
Yeah, I just don't. I feel like the field goal was obviously encroachment.
Yeah.
Because I know he didn't cross the neutral, but he made a move to make the guy flinch. Isn't that still considered part of the rules?
100%. 100%. But the two that stick out to me is one, the AJ Brown one, of course. That was bullshit. That shouldn't have been called. I've seen AJ Brown do worse shit than that. Number two, the McDuffie one on the personal foul. That was bullshit.
But that was. I feel like that call was only made in as a retaliation for the previous one.
Yeah, makeup call. Yeah.
So that's why I accept it. I'm like, if you're gonna call AJ Brown,
call that shit.
Call that bullshit.
Yeah. Nah,
call that bullshit.
Yeah. Look, before we start getting into the flowers of the Eagles, I definitely want to, touch on that, but I want to talk about the actual game. This game came down to the defense. I know Jalen Hurts won the MVP, but the Eagles defense came out to fucking play. And it's unstoppable. I've never seen a team not win a fucking game when their front four is dominating like that. The Eagles rarely blitzed. That is
they didn't.
godsend.
No, they didn't
bro.
blitz.
It was a godsend.
They
bro.
said
they
said they didn't blitz. I saw a couple times where they had a one man. They never brought the house yet.
Yeah.
I have to give you kudos. One, I don't think anyone really talked about it. I didn't listen to a lot of previews. I watched a little bit of pregame. Nobody really talked about Joe Thuney was a big question mark.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
No, not at all. Not at all. I don't think people realize he's a guard.
I think people didn't really take the Texans because he was fine against the Bills. I thought.
Yeah.
Not to just poke holes in the Bills, but that's the difference maker the Eagles have.
Yeah.
Right. We dominated the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. And honestly, he didn't get beat every single play, Max. I don't want to single out him, but you could tell that he was on an island a lot because they had to double team Jalen Hurts a
Jalen
lot.
Carter. Yeah,
Jalen
Jalen
Carter,
Carter.
sorry,
Yeah.
not Jalen Hurts.
But I'm
Jalen
saying, like,
Carter.
there was plays like Jalix Hunt got the better of him. It's like,
Yeah,
Jalix Hunt's like a third round guy from
yeah.
like Houston Christian University guy. We didn't watch
Everyone
film
was
on. I was
eating.
like,
Everyone was
yeah,
eating.
Josh Sweat. This is the one thing I want to say about my Eagles, my team. It was a complete team effort.
Yes.
The MVP was given to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
If you guys go back 2 years ago to when the Tampa Bay Bucks won the Super Bowl, I'll say the same thing I said then. Tom Brady didn't deserve that MVP. Jalen Hurts didn't deserve that MVP. That performance was on the defense.
Yes.
All they had to do was not F up the game.
Yeah.
And
But you know what? You know what though?
Jalen played good.
I think it's like you said though, Max. It was a great team win. Like the offense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Avonte Maddox comes off the bench, makes a big play on fourth down.
Jake Elliott
Makes a
made
big
some
play.
big. I feel like he made some big field
Jake
goals.
Elliott was a question mark going into the. Jake Elliott. Jahan Dotson made a play.
Yeah.
Jahan Dotson's making plays. Jordan Davis is rushing the passer, getting penetration.
Yeah.
Like, everybody stepped up. Oren Burks laying the wood.
Yeah, and I think
DeJean game of his life.
Yeah,
game of his life. First career interception.
Pick six.
My goat.
I
never doubted you.
It's funny because you did doubt him, but whatever.
No, you go.
Look,
in Iowa, yeah, fuck yeah.
We talked about this at the end of the game. I mean, at the end of the pod, how we're talking about like, what's this? You were asking me like, what's your scenario that the Eagles win this game? And I think it was exactly what I said. I was like, the defense is going to come out and dominate, and it's going to be pick city for Mahomes, and it's just going to be a fucking avalanche.
Here's one thing I'll say. Yahoo already has Mahomes' worst half of his career.
Mm-hmm.
The coverage was pretty tight, I thought, today.
Oh, absolutely.
Even times where he got sacked, I was like, I don't really see where he's supposed to throw that one.
And the thing that fucked me up, honestly, was you guys were in zone most of the game. I think they thought you guys were going to come out and play man-to-man defense, and I think they got stonewalled. Mahomes was kind of like, fuck, like, this pressure's getting here. The zone.
I think we knew exactly where they would want to throw the ball. And then you couple that in with Mahomes felt the pressure. That fourth down where Avonte Maddox got the tip, he felt the pressure, the ghost pressure. So he rushed it. And he was open. The ball was poorly thrown.
Yeah.
And those are mistakes you don't really see Mahomes. And Jawan Taylor was a turnstile today. Joe Thuney was bad. The other Caliendo was bad.
Yeah.
This was a bad performance. Again, it was really reminiscent of the Tampa Bay Super Bowl.
It really
the
was.
Defense of the Chiefs played great. What are they supposed to do? They were on the field the whole game.
Yeah, and they were put in bad situations. You know, the defense for the Chiefs, for the most part, they came out and executed their game plan as far as the run game goes. They went into that tremendous. like Saquon is not getting loose on us. And I knew that going in, but in all honesty, you know, the one person I'm disappointed in, Trent McDuffie, he got work today. There was a lot of plays that they were not scared of him. They loved all the matchups on Trent McDuffie, which is the complete opposite for some teams.
I would honestly say when it wasn't run support, I think the Eagles, everyone kind of won their matchup. Goddard had a good game. Smitty, tremendous.
Yeah.
But the little contribution we got from Jahan Dotson.
That was big.
Yeah. Yeah,
exactly. And that's what you need.
We're not used to getting jack shit from him.
Yeah. And I solely put this on with the offense. There's 3 plays that really jumped out to me. Number 1, the Jahan Dotson play. That was huge. Like, to open up like that and get a big play, it's like, okay, we're coming out.
It absolutely correct. And I would say this one. It absolutely goes back to not just the throw and catch, the ability to pick up the blitz. The Saquon Barkley found the blitz, stepped in the hole. Because there was that big third down where Nick Bolton just was like, hey, no one blocked me. Haha, got him. And then I will say this. There were mistakes, Kansas City. Charles Omenihu. He lined up offsides like the whole first half.
Yeah.
Until that play.
Yeah.
And they shot themselves in the foot a little bit. But continue. You said there were 3 plays.
The second one, which I think is probably the biggest one, that Devontae Smith play to put the nail in the coffin. That's balls right there. I love
Yeah, great
usually
call.
usually Kellen Moore gets on both of our nerves. You know, we know how we feel about him as a coordinator at times, but that was big fucking time. Whoever had the deciding like go ahead to do that, I love it cuz that's how you have to play against the Chiefs. You have to put those motherfuckers away.
Did you see how hard they came up everybody?
Yeah.
Like, at that play action, Nick Bolton's, like, at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
They were so and they did a tremendous job, though, the Chiefs defense. See, that play's tough because and again, you're in a bad position. The ball's already in your side of the field. Like, you're probably gonna give up 3 points, right?
Yeah.
And it's just I mean, they go on it's 24-0 at halftime, right?
Yes.
They get ball. We get the ball back with 12 minutes. They don't score. I think we only get 3 we get 3 that drive or
Right.
whatever we got.
Yeah.
It was like a 6-minute drive.
Mhm.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, damn. Eagles like they're on the field I don't know what the time of possession ended up being, but through the first 3 quarters, it had to be the Chiefs had the ball for like 11 minutes
I
almost.
heard this
Something
it sucks cuz I heard this after our pod, but the Eagles have won every single time of possession, every single game this year. There hasn't been one game that they haven't won the time of possession. They dominate that stat. So it doesn't
yeah.
surprise me that that came into play today. But in all honesty, Max, this is why football is so beautiful, bro. Because honestly, like it's any given Sunday, and I felt like it was the perfect storm today for the Eagles. I feel like
Was there a
this doesn't happen like 9 out of 10 times. I feel like it was
yeah.
like I don't feel like Mahomes and them like I don't see them as a bad team. I just felt like the Eagles came out and they dominated and they executed. Like that's just how football is sometimes. And it was an avalanche. And that's just what it is.
Well, was there a third play you wanted to say? You said there was
You
2
kind of
you
said
said
it for me
3.
that the blitz pickup by Saquon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was tremendous. Yeah, no. I agree. Josh Sweat earned himself a lot of money today. Nolan Smith
Milton
vindicated his
Williams.
selection today. Milton Williams earned himself a good chunk of money.
Yeah.
And that's a guy who's a backup for us, a rotational guy who kicks ass.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about this, and this is just a small little tidbit. The Eagles spent a lot of money on Bryce Huff. Nothing.
Yeah.
0 from him this year.
Yeah.
A complete goose egg.
And you know what? Everyone loves to give Nick Sirianni shit. I think this is where, we go in on the Eagles. Just some stuff that came up in my mind and I seen on TV. Like everyone wants to talk shit about Nick Sirianni, but it's like I think we need to come to grips where he's so free about his players. Like I think it's obvious that AJ Brown feels comfortable with being himself on the sidelines. He
Did you
feels
see like a little red flag in their interaction before he caught the touchdown when he was like he kind of like brushed him off?
Yeah, but
Were you
I
like,
think that's
uh-oh.
I think they're comfortable with that because you can see it in the aftermath of it.
It wasn't like a tantrum. It was just
No,
like
no, no, no.
frustration.
And I think we see that a lot though with Sirianni. We see that a lot, and I think that's why we criticize him so much. And it's hard because you lose the game and you automatically point to that shit, right? Like AJ Brown doesn't
Yeah,
catch a touchdown
correct.
after, so it looks bad. But in reality, bro, I think that's why guys just kind of gravitate to him. And I think that's why he's a Super Bowl champion right now. Cause it's like he lets his
And
players
he's one of the
play.
best coaches record wise.
Yeah.
He's only been successful pretty much his 3 or 4 years in Philly.
Yeah. And I gotta give props to Saquon. I think that was some like Walter Payton type shit today, man. I think that was some Walter Payton.
That's exactly what I thought of. It
Yeah.
was a tough ass game,
Yeah.
but every yard he had counted, and he opened it up for everybody.
And he even though he didn't have a big game, I keep on saying melt. His presence was felt throughout the game, whether it was a big block, whether it was a big catch that he held on to.
Yeah, a
Like,
little sprinkle of like an 8-yard run here and
yeah.
there. Like you're like, ooh, he's a pop, and so much attention, all eyes on
Oh
him.
yeah.
Holy
It's
crap.
like the Curry effect. He's just
Yeah,
gravitation, you know? So I love that the camera caught like Jalen Hurts came up to him obviously and was like, he had to say something along the lines like, "Hey bro, I'm sorry you didn't have a big game. Like he probably wanted him to have a touchdown or 100-yard games. And Saquon was like, "Dog, I'm straight. Like, I want to win.
We won.
Yeah,
He
like
said that
we're
in the
winning."
post game. He's like, Jalen, not rusher. He's like, I don't even care about any of that. Like, he's
Yeah,
just happy to win.
yeah,
He just wanted to win. A guy who's been beaten down for his first 4 years of his career with the Giants, minus 1 year. He just wanted to win. And Nick Sirianni talked about the excellence of others and how people can sacrifice. AJ Brown could probably have 1,800 yards in a year if he was on a different team. Devontae Smith could probably be a leading receiver on a team. These guys take sacrifice. Dallas Goedert's a really good tight end. Is he ever going to have a big statistical year playing with those guys? No. But they all sacrifice. How many touchdowns did Jalen Hurts steal from Saquon Barkley this year? 10?
Yeah, at least
10 just push?
At least.
Yeah.
And you bring up Jalen Hurts, and I wanted to save him the best for last that I really wanted to get into. He won MVP, and he threw 2 touchdowns, rushed for 1. But in all honesty, bro, I think one of the most impressive things that I come away with in this game, preparation, number 1. He prepared for this game. You can fucking tell.
Yes.
He knew where to go with the ball. He wasn't like deer in the headlights tonight at all.
He was decisive.
Yes.
Decisive.
And poised, bro.
His legs were huge.
Yes.
Huge in the second half. 20 yards here, 15 yards, 3rd and 5. He Mahomes them a little bit.
Yeah.
Where it was 3rd and 5, and it was like, oh, we got everybody covered. And he's not a perfect player by any stretch. That interception was awful.
Mm-hmm.
Awful interception. Took points off the board. But he made plays outside the pocket, made plays within the pocket, made some good designed runs. He is really a perfect quarterback for what the Eagles want to do.
Yeah, and he's
a great player.
And it kind of makes me want to double down on the ideology that I come around with is you don't necessarily need to be a Patrick Mahomes to win a Super Bowl. You don't. And I think it makes me more excited in the draft process because you got to look deeper into some of these guys, like Jalen Hurts. It's like, what were we missing from him in the draft process? That the fact that the guy improves every single year, like obviously his preparation and wanting to get better.
Oh, his will to win.
Like he just wants to get better, and not everyone has
and that's
that.
where like the interview shit matters, right?
Yeah.
Like unfortunately we don't get to interview them, but like the teams. But I think we saw it kind of with Hard Knocks. Brian Daboll loved Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
he loved him. Like he would have drafted him if he was there. Unfortunately, he wasn't. That sucks. But Jalen Hurts turned his whole career around from a guy who got benched in the national championship game to a guy who sat behind Tua for a year, great teammate, got better, went to Oklahoma, got himself picked, got my boy Carson Wentz murdered in Philly, basically, his whole career gone.
Yeah.
I was so sad. Like, he didn't get Carson Wentz one snap. See my dream.
At some point, you got to put in the backup quarterback for how bad they were playing.
I know. And again, the final score, I don't know what is a 40-22 or something. Like it wasn't even that close.
No,
it was not.
No, it was domination. It was complete domination. Every time where you thought that the Chiefs were gonna come back, the Eagles would just make a play. Now look,
slam the door.
In all honesty, I'm gonna be real. I live bet the Chiefs at halftime.
Yeah, you're a hoe.
I did. I live bet the Chiefs. I just felt like it was matching up with it.
How much? How much, bum?
$10. Only $10. That's how bad the odds were.
You're soft.
That's how bad the odds were. But it just didn't happen. The Eagles stomped on their throat, and I was happy about it. Like, I wasn't like ecstatic that like the Eagles won the Super Bowl, you know. I felt a little bit more like excited when you guys beat the Patriots, just because I feel like I had a little bit more hate for Brady at that time. But
yeah, Mahomes isn't like 6 years.
Right.
I was like year 18 for Brady.
Yeah.
He wasn't like 7 Super Bowls in already, like 6 Super Bowls in.
You got to look at the Eagles from like a Cinderella story aspect. Like you just got to ride with them. Like the whole Nick Foles thing. This Eagles team
This was the recipe we thought that game would have had. Like
Yeah.
D-line goes crazy. And then it's like Nick Foles just balling out of his mind.
Yeah.
And Jalen Hurts, like I said, played a great game. The offense wasn't the MVP. The offense wasn't explosive.
Yeah.
It was the defense was 85 Bears like
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah.
They kicked their ass. 6 sacks, pressure 52% of the time. I don't know what you're supposed to do. And I want to touch back to something you said. You said you don't have to be Patrick Mahomes to win a Super Bowl. You don't have to be him when you have a stacked team.
Yeah.
But it kind of made me think about last year's Super Bowl. Donovan Smith's not that great. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just made magic last time. Like, Mahomes was on it.
Yeah.
He evaded the rush. Joe Thuney can play guard, and it changes everything, right?
Yeah.
I think if they have a serviceable left tackle, Joe Thuney can play guard. He definitely helps. He can maybe shut down some of the Milton Williams stuff.
Yeah.
And the Ojomo stuff.
Yeah. They definitely got to go back into the lab, and we'll see.
I
Trey
think it's
Smith.
the perfect time to talk about them.
Yeah,
Perfect time to talk about the Chiefs.
Trey Smith is a free agent on their offensive line. I think they obviously got to get healthy at left tackle.
I have a list of their free agents. Hold on. I'll tell you who the big ones are.
Yeah. Who are they?
Kareem Hunt, Trey Smith, Mike Caliendo, a starter, Justin Reed, Marquise Brown,
Nick
Josh
Bolton.
Uche, who was an absolute nothing.
Yeah.
Derek Nottie, Nick Bolton, Mike Purnell. They got guys who've been huge contributors to their team.
Yeah. Look,
Bolton and Trey Smith are two key pieces.
Yeah. I don't want to completely overreact on the Chiefs because I still they still got Mahomes. They got
these
Reed.
Problems though. Have been problems all year. It's not like we were just like, oh shit, they don't have a left tackle.
Yeah.
To be honest, Xavier Worthy had a game of his life, but were you like, we can totally buy into that? They need weapons, right? They need offensive line help. We've known this for almost 2 years now.
Yeah. It's definitely the offensive line because I felt like all their Super Bowl wins, it's like they were able to run the ball at the end of the day, whether it was Damian Williams, Pacheco, like those guys
they were able
games.
to run it to a level where you could at least be like, oh shit.
Yes.
We had they run for like 20 yards today, 40.
Yeah, it was dog shit. They could not get the run game going at all. And it was like Mahomes, drop back and pass. So look, they got Reed, they got Mahomes. I think they'll be okay. They need a hit on a lineman in the draft. They need to hit on one. And they usually do. Like Creed Humphrey was a big hit. Trey Smith a couple years ago was a big hit.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it like this, they have 3 good linemen. I would say 3 good / great linemen.
Right.
Thuney at guard, Humphreys at center, Smith at guard.
Yeah. Who they might lose.
Jawan Taylor is a freaking bum.
Yeah.
He's been a bum since day one for them.
Right.
They tried to get Cam Robinson, right? Or was he? Oh, he was on Minnesota. They had him for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Their left tackle has been garbage.
Yeah.
They need to find somebody. Kingsley Sumiata is not the guy.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah. But a couple guys that stick out to me as far as winners and losers. Do you have anything else on the Chiefs, Max?
No, I think it's a key offseason because the one thing I'll say is the window's not closed because you have Reed, Mahomes, Kelsey.
Yeah.
It's closing. It's not as wide open because I think this is the worst version in the 3 years of the team from a talent perspective.
I would just say this. Until proven otherwise, and they got dominated.
No. We can safely say roster-wise, this is the worst roster of the last 3 years they've had. It's the least talented.
Yeah.
That injuries has something to do with it, of course. But, dude, they lost L'Jarius Sneed. Who's the second corner is not that good.
Yeah.
Not that great.
Yeah. But I think one thing we do have to look at, too, is the division that they're in. I'm not saying this about the Raiders. I'm more saying this about the Chargers and Broncos.
Oh, really? No, the Chargers are right there. I mean, the Raiders are about to turn the corner.
Stop.
What are you talking
about?
But
the Chargers and the Broncos are right behind them.
Yeah.
They're going to just keep on stacking up talent.
They can't be like the Patriots and have the shittiest division of football for 20 years, basically.
Right. And I think teams are going to still keep on coming. Like the Ravens ain't going nowhere. The Bills ain't going nowhere.
No.
We'll see how it goes. It's not the end of the world as far as legacy-wise for Reed and Mahomes. I don't think this does any. Like me and Max said, even if he had a game like this, which he had, like Pick City, it was terrible. Mahomes is still good. He's still fine. He's still young. He's lost 2 Super Bowls.
The first pick was It was a horrible throw. The second pick, you're like, well, you're throwing the ball and your left tackle gets thrown into you.
Yeah. All of
What are you
them were
supposed
just
to
due to
do?
pressure and trying to make something
Yeah,
happen.
yeah,
That's just the
correct,
facts of it.
correct.
Um,
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, no, I think it's a little. It kind of sucks a little. They got blown out twice in 2 Super Bowls, but the same problem. It's like the same thing.
yeah.
It's like we couldn't give Mahomes a minute, a
Right.
second.
Yeah.
It was literally throw, 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 throw.
Yeah.
And we saw that with Brady. That's Brady's 2 losses.
Yeah, it's all it. I've never seen a team, like I said, I've never seen a team that has lost the game when their front four is dominating like that.
No,
It's the
not
best.
like
It's
that.
the best fucking recipe to win. It's the easiest. It gets all your linebackers, your corners, everyone is just a lot more comfortable when you can have a 4-man rush creating pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it.
Mm-hmm.
They did it. The best team ever that we've seen in NFL history, undefeated Patriots. That's how they got beat. 4-man rush. Greatest of all time. That's the GOAT right there. Shout out to the Eagles, man. Super Bowl champions. What I want to get into now, Max, is try to think of some underrated winners and losers. And I'm talking about guys who go under the radar, whether it's a fuck it, you can do a celebrity, whatever. You can say yourself. I'm gonna start off with one guy that's an underrated winner that we didn't really
Thank you.
talk about
Oh,
in the pod. It's not you, by the way.
okay.
Vic Fangio. I think Vic Fangio is an underrated winner tonight. He's not going to be a head coach after this. I think his head coaching days are kind of over. It's kind of like Steve Spagnuolo. But I think this was a kind of like a big little fuck you to Steve Spagnuolo and kind of like know who the fuck I am. I've had success in this league too.
Well, you know what's crazy? I said on the pod, I was like, Vic Fangio's defense has played good against Mahomes. I was like, let me go check the record.
Right.
I was like, oh shit, they never beat
Winless.
them.
Yeah.
I was like, how?
Right.
And then I was like, oh yeah, there's two sides of the ball. And you have Drew Lock.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy the circle it is because he lost the Super Bowl there. Now he won it for his hometown team. It's awesome for a guy who's a lifer, who has some more good years left in him. I hope, I pray. I really hope we keep him. I hope he stays so badly for the next few years, just to have some stability. And then one of my underrated winners is Brandon Graham. This is a guy who went from bust to position change with Chip Kelly to one of the best players in the NFL, underrated players in the NFL. And I was happy to see him get one. I know he didn't have a huge game, but I was happy he's the leader of our team. We're like the older statesman from the first team.
Yeah.
That won. I think he was one of the few players. I think he might be the only player still on the
Lane.
team.
I think it's just him and Lane.
Yeah, Lane. Yeah, him and Lane.
Yeah, I was happy for Brandon Graham. I was I remember you telling me that he was gonna play, and I seen him on the coin toss. I was like, holy shit! Like Brandon Graham is gonna fucking
his
play.
Arm and the fucking, and he had a couple plays. You're like, damn, he still kind of got it.
Just and he played some snaps. He played some snaps.
It's just crazy to me because 2 years into his career, we're like, cut him. He sucks. Yeah. Brandon Graham sucks. And that's the thing. Some guys just take a while to figure it out. Like Jordan Davis, he's had a slow start, but you've seen improvement, right? Every year, it's just a little better every year. And that's one of my winners.
I think a guy that he kind of reminds me of as far as career-wise, a little bit of Justin Tuck in him, I would say.
Yeah, perfect.
I think those two guys
kind of the Eagles' Justin Tuck for sure.
Yeah, like 2-time Super Bowl champion. One of them, he wasn't really the number one de facto guy, but he definitely had a big fucking big reason on his fucking chest why the first Super Bowl was won. Like he dominated that Super Bowl. But shout out to
he'll
Brandon
finish
Graham.
his career with the Raiders.
In Raider fashion, you might not be wrong on that one.
Maybe he'll get his neck broke on the Raiders. I don't know.
My god.
Let me give a loser. Taylor Swift. Sorry.
Yes, big loser.
You're not getting piped.
You're not getting proposed to tonight.
Yeah, Travis Kelce's not gonna, pipe, do whatever you guys do. Probably don't even scream. Probably just
she got booed.
About your feelings. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Underrated losers.
Go
Drake.
I heard you liked him young.
He did.
Real quick. We'll go back to the losers. What do you think of the Super Bowl show? I was good.
I think it was great. I look.
Yeah,
I like
the colors and the.
I'm a hip hop guy, so I'm gonna enjoy Kendrick Lamar, a hip hop artist. I'm not gonna like Shakira or Usher all that much. So of
I like
course,
Shakira, not for the music, but
I know,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
but as far as
SZA was good.
Kendrick goes, man, I thought that shit was a great performance, and
The Samuel L. Jackson was kind of weird,
I thought it was dope.
but
I thought
yeah,
it was
it
funny.
was funny. I was like, "What the hell is that Uncle Sam?"
But I felt like there was just so many subliminal like facial
Oh yeah,
expressions, like just underlining
yeah.
shit where it's just like,
I hated his pants. His pants were so dumb
yeah, it was
with
kind of
the
sus.
big.
My girlfriend pointed that
Yeah,
out. She was like, I don't know about those pants. I just went
yeah.
silent. I was just like, yeah, this I don't know,
It's
not
hard when
something
the
we would wear.
pants thicker at the ankle than it is at the like the leg.
A
You
little bit
know,
too
it's just,
tight, my guy. A little bit too tight.
yeah, yeah. All 5'5" of
But
them
the
in those
jacket was
pants,
good. The
but
jacket was dope. Fit was
yeah, yeah.
good from the top only. But
Yeah, like the dancers were cool, like the red, the white, the blue, kind of all like blended in well.
this man
The
had
car was cool.
this man had Serena Williams crip walking
Yeah,
on
that was
stage, bro.
fun,
It was
bro. Dude, a lot of subliminal messages. Like, how many people got out of the car? Like 40.
I
You know,
know,
talking
bro.
about it,
I was like,
talking about
God
immigration
damn.
and stuff too. You know, it's just like I see what you're going at. I got it. Trump was there. He's like, I got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
no.
Great
Another
great
underrated.
halftime though. Usually it's the
Yeah,
opposite.
it was.
Usually like the halftime fucking sucks and
I know, and they have like a Justin Timberlake. I was like, ugh,
yeah.
can't wait to not watch that guy.
Yeah.
I have an underrated winner.
Who?
Anyone who wanted to see Patrick Mahomes get popped.
He only got
That
popped
was
once.
the.
Jalen Carter got
d-
lucky too that it didn't get flagged.
Oh, don't. I don't know. He was only getting tackled before he did
I
it.
know, but
Jalen Carter, don't you think he's mean? Like he's like, I don't want to just win. I want to like break your forearm when I play you.
I
Dude, was
was
that the hardest you've ever seen Mahomes get popped?
no. No.
I don't know. That I was like, oh shit. I'm like, you fucking.
I've seen him get popped pretty hard against the Raiders, honestly. Him and the Bucks. I think the Bucks fucked him up a little bit more that first Super Bowl.
I don't, dude. That was one of the dirtiest hits I've seen. Cause he got hit like 2 places and just got smashed in the face by Jalen Carter. That's what I'm talking about. He's mean.
And
He does
this
not like.
you know
Bro,
what?
watch the highlights. Like, there's plays where Trey Smith just like lunges at him to like in the ribs, and Jalen Carter is just like, F you. He pushed the lineman in the face real quick. I was like, Jesus.
You know what
Jalen
pisses
Carter.
me off? It was a fucking party at the quarterback tonight with Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Carter didn't get a fucking single sack.
Oh, I know, but there's so many plays
Yeah.
when you go back.
Well,
that
he was
he's just,
double
like,
teamed. He was double teamed like every play.
Yeah, but like there's a play where like he just smashes Trey Smith into Jawan Taylor, and then Josh Sweat just comes and like
cleans
pops
it.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, Jalen Carter was.
I was just a
forget
little
being sick.
salty. I was a little salty because I had a parlay on him with him getting a sack. So I was like, dude, like they're getting
I would have
there.
told you don't do that. I would have bet he wouldn't have had like a full sack. He got close.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. But
Oh man.
yeah. Underrated loser.
Underrated winner. Okay, give me white cornerbacks. Your king is here. Where's my amazing white shirt?
The white corners
Exciting
are
whites?
fucking back. Okay, I think there's
I don't
one
think.
in the draft.
Hold on. Are they back or are they like starting? No, I think they were.
No,
like
they're
the
back.
70s,
They're
white
back.
corners,
Come on,
right?
man. He had a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. He put on for the white.
No, I'm
corners.
saying like when were white corners ever a thing?
I mean, never.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
no, they're not back.
You
They're
put 'em on.
established. Like, yeah. He put the whole like city on notice.
He put the white
Yeah.
cornerbacks on his back tonight, and he fucking showed out.
Yeah.
On his birthday,
Correct.
on the biggest
22.
stage, against one of the most hated fucking quarterbacks ever, hated teams ever. It's Cooper DeJean, bro. Shout out to you. I wish your fan base would feel the same. I wish your fan base would feel the same about you, dog. I have faith in you, though. I knew you was gonna be a fucking corner. I knew. Some people didn't know, though.
I'll just say this: he didn't get the pig playing man. I'll just say that. I didn't see him a lot in man today. I didn't see a lot of that.
That's all right.
The one play he played man, he gave up like a 50-yard play, but whatever. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, Max fucking doesn't know what he's talking about. He's basically a safety playing fucking nickel, but yeah, cool, whatever.
But underrated loser that I have, DeAndre Hopkins. loser
Oh,
tonight. It looked bad.
yeah.
It looked like retirement time tonight.
I when you were like, he might have a game, I'm like, in what fucking world does DeAndre Hopkins? I did not see the signs
Yeah,
for
it just it
that.
wasn't there. It wasn't there when he probably had like what one big play, the 2-point conversion or one of the touchdowns.
Yeah,
Um,
when the game was over.
yeah, when the game was already over, this man needed one catch, and I was sweating it out for my parlay because I was like, I don't think he's gonna get a fucking catch. Thank God he got it. But yeah, I think this is something where it could have, as crazy as it sounds, it could have boosted him up in his Hall of Fame talk a lot more. I need to look at the numbers, but at the end of the day, Max, he's a wide receiver. Look at a lot of the
He'll get in.
guys. Look at a lot of the guys that are not getting in. Reggie Wayne,
Who's not getting?
like Reggie
Oh,
Wayne,
he'll get in.
it
He'll
takes
get
a
in.
while though.
I know, but they did that to T.O.
DeAndre Hopkins ain't no To Max.
No, I'm saying if they made T.O. wait, they were gonna make everybody wait.
Yeah,
It's all
I
good.
get
He'll
that,
get in.
but whoever thinks that they had a Hall of Fame argument for him, I think it's going to be tough now. And I think, as crazy as it sounds, this one game, if he had a big moment, that would have boosted his chances.
Bro, has he had a big moment at
That's what I'm
all? Like,
saying.
has
I
he
don't
had a?
think so.
That's all. No. I'm saying like the last like 2 years. Has he had that big of a game
No.
where you're like, oh my god?
No,
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah.
He's not. He's
done. I think he's done.
Yeah,
I think
he's
done.
cooked.
Yeah.
He's old.
Yeah, he didn't look right tonight. Look, let us eat our words.
The best game was against the Raiders, 4 for 90.
Yeah.
Of course.
Not fucking surprised.
Make him look good.
We make everyone look
That's
good.
probably why you thought he was gonna look good, because you just remembered him just dicking you.
Yeah, probably. But underrated L for DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, I got a good one. Underrated winner, the Gatorade bath. That was the best. I think the best dumpage of, sometimes they miss, then the Gatorade gets all on the ground. They got every drop on Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, his hood winded up going
Christ. On. No, do you agree? Like, that was like one of the best.
It was good,
Gatorade
but I mean, they were blowing them
dumps.
out, so you better do it good,
No, I'm saying I'll bet you $100. We go back and look at all the Gatorade dumps. That was the cleanest one by far.
I feel like Big Red had a good one, like last year.
You would think, but Big Red got a lot of surface area.
That's true.
It ain't that hard to hit.
That's a lot to hit. That's a lot.
I know. Yeah, exactly. You don't hit him, you can't hit water in a boat. Come on.
But shout out to the Gatorade color. It was yellow. I thought it was green.
They
at
said
first.
green, but it looked yellow to me.
Yeah, it looked yellow. I was saying that it was green too. I think it's because I get mixed up with like the flavor. I think the flavor was like lime green, but technically the color is yellow.
That's what I thought.
But yeah. Shout out to the Gatorade.
You're a real degenerate if you bet on Gatorade flavors.
I did for the last I didn't do it this year, but the last 2 years I did. I'm not gonna lie. And
did you get?
I got it wrong.
Right?
I got it wrong.
Nice.
I was picking red.
It's never red. You notice that? It's never red.
It's rarely like red. So the last 2 years before this one, it was purple. The last 2 years.
I bet they dumped the flavor they fucking hate the most. They're like, we don't want to dump the red one. It's good. Purple sucks. I hated purple always. Fucking hated purple Gatorade.
I like. What's your favorite Gatorade?
I mean,
besides fucking
red.
Pepino.
Red.
Red is
fruit punch.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's crazy. We're old enough where we got like, what were the flavors growing up? Red, blue, yellow.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
There was no.
I've kind of.
I like the white cherry or the glacier
same
cherry.
Here. That's my favorite flavor.
Yeah.
I like the glacier one. Okay.
Yeah,
any other underrated winners or losers? Kellen Moore, an underrated loser tonight because he's gonna go to the Saints and he's probably not gonna have success.
Yeah. I hope you like the stadium. You're gonna be there.
It's like, hey, Kellen Moore, I will stay here, my guy.
I will say this: it's nothing's official until it's signed. We've seen it. We have seen it many a time. Josh McDaniels was a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Williams to the Lakers was a done deal. Oh wait, it wasn't.
Exactly. All right. Anything else on the Super Bowl, Max, that you wanted to talk about?
I'm just really happy that.
Congrats, bro! You've witnessed 2 Super Bowls in your lifetime. You're officially spoiled. You have multiple championships.
I'm 2-2. the first Super Bowl we ever lost, the Patriots, was like the most heartbreaking one because I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't even know really what was happening, but I just remember like it sucked. The winning the Super Bowl against the Patriots was like an all-time high.
I wish I could have had.
Because
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall or like recorded you for that reaction because that one I feel like it was more animated.
because it was screaming
Yeah,
4
that's a close
quarters. It
game.
was just screaming. Yeah, correct. I think the hardest I ever screamed was when I yelled, "Get the fucking ball, Barnett. Get the ball." Because the whole time I'm just like, this is the whole week you're talking yourself into, we're gonna get pressure. We have such a great like 8-man rotation. We're gonna
Right.
get pressure. Didn't get one sack until that play.
Yeah. Sometimes that's how the cookie
No,
crumbles.
I'm proud. I'm optimistic. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be like, yeah, we're going back to back. I'm not gonna say that because you know how hard it is to do that in the NFL. But what I
Yes.
will say is we have the right coach, we have the right DC. Depending what happens with the OC, we'll see. But we have the right GM and the right owner. And Howie Roseman can find a way to better this team. Because you arguably the year after we lost Super Bowl, what did everyone say? They got better. They had better roster. We did. We just didn't have better coordinators. And now you look at the Eagles. Look, we got to pay Zach Bond. Milton Williams is coming up. There's not too many holes, right? And we do have some money to play around with. If we can cut Bryce Huff and get some money back, I would be so happy. Because, bro, like, I hate to be the optimistic fan, right? But what I've seen out of Jalix Hunt Juan in the limited things, I'm like, he's going to be a player in this league.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he'll be a superstar, but it's like, okay, he's a 3rd-round pick who can contribute. And that's not always the case. You know this.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you've seen guys like Eddie Vanderdoes who had like a game or two, but what happened? Nothing. He sucked.
Right. And Howie's gonna do his thing, Max. I think we're always big fans of what Howie does in the draft, free agency. He's always
they'll
looking
restructure some money, of course. Every team does.
And this is the best case scenario because no one wants to restructure after losing. I think a lot of people are more content with restructuring after winning.
About that. Hey, AJ Brown, we need to like, can you give us $5 million? We want to keep Zach Bond.
Fine, cool. We won a Super Bowl, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Correct. I mean, the monkey's off the back for all the guys on the Eagles, and to do it in this fashion against a dynasty. Because look, I think this would be the year you could be like, the Chiefs aren't going back. Now they feel human, right?
Yes.
They feel human.
Unless they make a huge move to get like, I don't know, Myles Garrett.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I don't think he can block at left tackle, but
right. But like that's a move. That kind of move, whether it's at any position, that kind of move.
Yeah, like they go and trade, like they trade for T. Higgins. You're like, oh shit. Now it's what's going on?
Yeah.
But my point is, the Eagles knocked the Chiefs ass in the dirt today, in a position the Chiefs haven't found themselves in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Now they're the hunter again.
Yeah, they're the hunter.
And now everyone else is looking at them. Oh shit, they do bleed. We can't, like, the Eagles just beat the shit out of them. They're human.
Yeah.
Right? And the last time we saw that happen, they didn't go to the Super Bowl the next year. They lost to Cincinnati in Kansas City. Again, a tight game, but
yeah.
It's interesting to see where Kansas City does because everyone's getting a year older. It's like, dude, it's like we talk about. It's not just 3 Super Bowls in a row. Let's just recount what they've done since Mahomes, right? AFC Championship game, right?
Yeah, every year.
Super Bowl,
Super
Bowl, AFC Championship game, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
Yeah, pretty much.
You basically you've played an extra season, all those guys.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this one last question, and then we'll call it. In the back of your mind, do you feel like Baltimore or Buffalo would have put up a better game against you guys?
Baltimore, yes. Buffalo, no.
You think you guys would have beat down on Buffalo?
I think if you look at Kansas City and the pressure they were able to generate, makes me confident.
I'm gonna say no. As far as like, I don't think they would have blown those teams out or necessarily but it comes back to what I said, Max. I don't look at Kansas City in this game like, oh, they're far away. Like the Eagles are here, and I just think it was the perfect storm. This is football.
It was.
This is football.
I just think our front four is better than a lot of people's. Like, you make the case we're the best front four.
Yeah.
And it's not just about having. It's not like one, and this is what it's tricky, right? Having a really disruptive D tackle is huge. It is such a pain in the ass to deal with, right? Because, hey, if you like the Browns, right? They have, for most of the time they've had Myles Garrett. Who else do they have?
Nobody.
Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nobody on the inside. So it's like, okay, we can leave our guys in the middle a little bit on an island. We can do some shit. The guard can help out. We're going to do it like this. But when you have a guy like Josh Sweat, who's an above-average pass rusher, when you have Jalen Carter, who's arguably the best D tackle in football,
yes,
it puts you in a big fucking bind.
Yeah,
it puts you. And Nolan Smith, my God, I didn't just see the speed today one. I saw the power, like the speed to power, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy because rookie year Nolan, we saw nothing really. It was just development,
right? Yeah.
But God, I wish Fletcher Cox was still here and Kelsey.
Hey, look, man, Lane got another one and Brandon Graham got another one. That's the beauty of it. I think the Eagles are going to be just fine. They'll still be good next year. Jake Elliott, shout out to Jake.
Throw him in there too.
Yeah, shout out to Jake, man. Shout out to the Eagles, Super Bowl 59 champions. Max is a winner tonight, folks. Just remember it.
And I'm going to be unbearable the rest of the fucking year because of you.
Oh, don't worry. Draft season is coming. Draft season is coming. And I'm going to remind you about Cooper DeJean every fucking pod.
I'm going to remind you the Super Bowl, whatever. Be like, Super Bowl, whatever.
Until 59. The day that the Eagles and the Raiders play in the Super Bowl would be epic. That'll probably be your fucking
get there, bitch. Get there.
Yeah.
Come on. You can't make you can't win a playoff
Catch up
game.
to us. 3 Super Bowls. You guys got 2.
We're close, bitch.
That's what I thought. 3 Super Bowls. Still catch up, my boy. It's all good. Y'all just winning.
I just want to say one more thing. Get a playoff win this decade.
I know. I can't talk shit. Shut up, Max. All right. Fuck the fucking Super Bowls.
Real quick, Laker corner. We can see Luka tomorrow.
Hopefully. AD got hurt. Not surprised.
Oh, no. Not him. Not him. We're worried about this fat fuck. Not the guy who's made out of glass.
Yeah.
You fucking
idiots. That should be fun to see. But look, guys, that's going to do it. This is our last review for the 2023-2024 season. It's been a hell of a ride. We've had some great moments. We've had some very great moments, man. Draft season is coming, though, man. Draft season is upon us. Me and Max are going to get into the film. We're going to be grinding it out, man. It's film season. Going to be writing a lot of notes, a lot of evaluations on players. So stay tuned, man. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, all that good stuff. If you guys like our MJC originals, we got some stuff cooking up. Max is in the lab with that as well. So we got a lot of things coming to the channel, man. So make sure to stick around for the off season. It's one of our funnest times, man. One of our funnest times on the channel. All right, Max. Any last words?
Fly, Eagles fly. We did it. It's awesome. It's a great feeling. I'm just happy. I'm happy and I'm tired because I yelled a lot that first half. Yelled a lot.
On that note, we out, man. Peace.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold, both clean. Not on my team. This organic, we don't buy